One of my favorite animals has to be the elephant. I'm fascinated by their size. I'm fascinated by the fact that they move with such power. They're constantly caressing one another. They're extremely tactile. They communicate subsonically. Their hearing is incredibly sensitive. And I've tried to show the family ties that are so important in elephant society. Their lives revolve around the matriarch and family connections. In a sculpture like Protection, as a field study, it's extremely difficult. There are 5 individuals, they're in close contact with one another, and I did that sculpture over the course of 5 days in the field. It was a very intense 5 days. I ate my food thinking about elephants. I went to bed thinking about elephants. In fact, I saw elephant feet and elephant ears in my sleep. It was as though the images of elephants were burned onto my retina. In the spring, I was fortunate to finally view mountain gorillas directly in the wild, and I found it to be an incredible experience. The thing I found fascinating about the mountain gorillas was that you could be very close, but the vegetation is so thick that the gorillas can be 10, 15 feet away, and you don't know it. Suddenly, you see a bush wave, and you realize that there's a full-grown silverback just there, and it's a wonderful experience to be surrounded by great apes at close range and have them be utterly relaxed. The thing I was worried about sculpting a mountain gorilla directly from life is I was afraid I would get too caught up in what I was doing and stare, which is considered extremely impolite in gorilla society. To stare at a dominant male silverback is a threat, and when I'm working, I'm necessarily staring. So I was trying to keep in the back of my mind the entire time I was working on that sculpture that I needed to remember that gorillas don't like staring, even though I had to stare. So I tried to get down as low as I could. I worked as fast as I could, and I tried to do short looks up at the gorilla so that I did not create a threat. It was exhilarating to work at close range like that. However, it's not as simple as it may seem because the gorillas are constantly moving. So I'm perpetually on the move, on foot, holding the sculpture in one hand, trying to sculpt with another hand. It was exhausting, but at the end of the day, I was extremely excited. I think that I've become perhaps a better observer than I've ever been before. I think that going to Africa has helped me to understand an ecosystem and the way people can relate to an ecosystem in a way that I did not understand before.
We've been able to have wonderful adventures as a family and meet amazing people and have great experiences because of his artwork. I feel very fortunate to be able to have experienced those things and to show my children those things, those different places in the world that we've been.
The bond between Bart and his wife Lynn is essential to his work. Their relationship provides the foundation of security that he needs so that he can go out and do the kind of daring work that he does.